welcome back to Watch the Time. So today I'm going to be reviewing a friend of mine, his watch. He's got a Citizen watch. I'm wearing it. He's also got a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to take you to his channel. It's sort of like a motivational fitness channel. So if you're anything like me and you need to get in shape, get over there, he'll look after you. But yeah, the watch I'm looking at today is a Citizen. It's a diver. I don't think it's not a Promaster. It's called a Citizen Endeavour. I've never heard of it, but it looks nice. The model number for this one is a AW1428-53X. It'll appear in front of me just so you can have a better look at it. It looks nice, not small, so it's not going to be in everyone's taste, but I think it looks nice. A little bit different to the Promasters in terms of the aesthetic of it and stuff, but you'll get to get your head around it once you look at it. Obviously, you'll see a picture of it next to me, as if by magic. But I hope you're all doing well. And again, thank you for tuning back into one of my videos. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying, and the videos are sort of going to come on and get better and better as time goes on. My channel's only really sort of 3-4 months old at the moment. I know it looks older because of old videos, but I've not really done anything properly with it since the last 3-4 months. So just bear with me. It's a journey, and I'm just enjoying it, to be quite honest. I love watches, and I'm guessing if you're watching this, then so do you. So yeah, strap yourself in. Hopefully I'll keep bringing content that you like, and if there's any watches that you particularly want to see, leave it in the comment section, and I will get back to you, and I will do my best to get it in. I'm not loaded, but I'll try. So yeah, without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. And as I said in my brief intro, the model number is AW1428-53X. It was borrowed to me by a close friend of mine and fellow YouTuber. He's got a YouTube called Mirror Image, should I say. He was good enough to let me use it, so thanks very much, mate. Yeah, in the box it comes with the usual stuff that you get with Citizen. You get a couple of booklets. Most of us don't look at it, and he also supplied me with a bracelet to get the links out, but I didn't need to take any out because our wrists look like they're pretty similar sizes, so I could wear it just like that. But let's get it all out. He's had to take 3 links out to fit his wrist. I would have had to take the same amount out also. So just to bear in mind, so my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist, the 7 1/4. So yeah, let's get all this stuff put away, and then we can have a close look at the watch, see what you think. So as I said, model number is AW1428-53X. It's the movement inside is an Eco Drive, as you probably can make out down at the 6 o'clock. Eco Drive WR200. The case material, so that's the case, crown, part of the bezel, the end links, bracelet, and the mill clasp, and the case back are all 316L stainless steel. Mixture of brushing and polished throughout. Done pretty well, as you'd expect with Citizen. The case thickness from top to bottom is 14mm. The case diameter from the 8 o'clock to the 2 o'clock, I measure it as 45mm. The lug width, a bit unusual. As you can see, it goes in quite considerably. So it goes from 14mm all the way up to 25.5mm. So very, very unusual for the strap, but I will cover that in a little bit more detail later. The lug width, so from tip to tip, is 50mm, but because of those male protruding end links, of the middle link of the end link, sorry, it measures out at 54mm. So yeah, quite a big watch, as you probably can tell. 45, 54, 40. Yeah, it's not an insignificant watch on your wrist. The case back style is a screwed down case back, pretty common with Citizen watches, like the Promaster and all that sort of stuff. The bezel is aluminium bezel insert, and it's a 60-click bezel. It's not the easiest to grab hold of, I've got to be honest, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. Excuse me, the crown type is unsigned, and it's a screwed down crown, so to get to it you have to screw it. Quite easy to use. Pull it out, put it back in, screw it back up. The knurling on it is very, very good, so well done with that. The strap type is stainless steel, as I've alluded to, and as I said, it's brushed basically, and then you've got sort of the center link. The surrounding of the center link is polished. It's done really well, push pins on it, and the clasp is also stainless steel, as I've said already, and it's milled, which is a nice touch. And it's got double safety pushes, one each side. You press it and it opens. Yeah, quite cool. It feels, the engagement's very good also, which is fantastic. The crystal covering the dial of the beautiful green dial is a mineral crystal. So for your £300 sort of $400, you're not getting sapphire, you're getting a mineral crystal. But some people prefer that with their divers. The water resistance, as you probably alluded to already, because it says it at the 6 o'clock, is 200 meters water resistance, which gives you 20 atmospheres of water resistance. And as you probably can imagine, because of the dimensions I've given you, the weight is quite significant. It comes in about 205 grams. So it's a big, big watch. It's not insignificant on your wrist. You definitely know that you're wearing it. I think it wears quite well for the size, to be honest, but it's still quite a big watch. I'm not going to kid you. But looking at the dial a bit more, excuse me, you got a 5-minute increments on the rehaut, which I quite like. The rehaut is raised. You've got applied indices all the way around. You've got a smaller indices at the 3 o'clock, allowing for the date window, which is got a date window that's circled at the 3 o'clock. You've got a Citizen at the 12, Eco Drive WR200 down at the 6. The hands, well, the minute hand and the second hand, they've got a bit of orange in them, and they should be loomed also. They look like they're loomed, and obviously, as you can see from the 12 down to the 3, you've got a bit of red on the rehaut, quite in keeping with some sort of like dive watches and such, and tachometers, I believe, also have them. The dial looks nice. What I will say, it's one of those things that you're drawn to. It does look very, very nice. And the dial itself looks quite small, because obviously, like you said, you've got the bezel and then you've got the razor rehaut there, and yeah, it looks cool. It looks quite in proportion, to be honest. The watch, it is big, but it doesn't look as big as it would seem because of all the contrast and everything that's going on. And there is a bit of texture on the dial, so as you'll probably see, there's lines going from 12 to 6, 1 to 7, and so on and so forth. Looks like there's lines going through. Just a bit more texture, a little bit more going on the dial, and yeah, it looks quite nice. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, let's pop it on the wrist. As I said, my wrist is a 7¼ inch wrist. This fits me pretty snugly. I would probably wear it the same sort of way as my friend. That's what it looks like on me. It's got a slightly domed mineral crystal as well. I think it wears quite nicely. You've got a Citizen embossed on the clasp. Let's take it off. So now let's go through the things I think are pants and the things I think are pukka. As we always do, we're going to start with pants. So what I think is pants, as I've already alluded to, is the bezel grip. The knurling on it is not great. It's very, very difficult to get much purchase on it, if I'm being perfectly honest. The size, yeah, it's a big, big watch. I think if you've got average size wrist, this watch could take up most of your arm, to be honest with you. It's going to be a difficult one to wear. 45, 50, obviously 54, 14. It's not a small watch. The unsigned crown, disappointed with that. On the Promasters, they tend to sign it, but obviously with their Endeavour range, they don't appear to be. So that's unfortunate. And the lug width, yeah, that's a massive bugbear for me in terms of this is not going to be one that's a real strap monster, to be honest, unless you're going to wear a really thin strap or compromise on the 14mm going out, but then it won't fit perfectly. It's going to be a very difficult strap to change out unless Citizen are doing some straps that I've not seen. Yeah, very difficult. You're going to have to leave it on this strap for all intents and purposes. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. So I'd go with the bezel grip, the overall size of the watch, the unsigned crown, and I'd also go for the lug width, just being too small. What I think is pukka is the dial. I like the different elements going on the dial. It's quite a busy dial, but I quite like it. I like the fact that the rehaut is raised. I actually quite like the circular date window they've put down there. I like the contrasting colours. I like the sort of the green that sort of pops at you, and also it looks like there's a little bit more sunburst effect on the actual rehaut, which is pretty cool. See, I quite like that. The movement inside, where it's an eco drive movement, it will keep running and running for many, many years to come. It's going to give you faithful service, doesn't need a battery, and it should just run and run for a very, very long time, which is fantastic news. The bracelet itself, in terms of the way it's been engineered, it feels cool. The tolerances are pretty good, a little bit jingly, but the tolerances are good enough, giving it to be comfortable. And I do like the little detail in terms of on the center link, how they've sort of the outer edge, they put a bit of polishing just to add a bit more bling to the watch, make it look a little bit more less plain, if you like. And then the clasp, yeah, I do like the mill clasp, but I'm not a huge fan of watches that come with these pushers, but they've done it really well on this watch. It engages really well, and the buttons work nicely, and also it doesn't add any size because they've incorporated it into the clasp itself, and you've got a couple levels of micro adjustment just to try and get that perfect fit for yourself. So yeah, I'll go with the dial in terms of the different stuff going on. I'd also go for the movement inside being an eco drive. I'd go for the bracelet in terms of the finishing and the polishing and the brushing, and the clasp being milled, yeah, and signed also. But yeah, guys, would I recommend this watch? I like it. I do like it. It's not going to be for everybody. If you want a bit of a bigger dive watch, and with these ones being certified generally from Citizen, you can't really go wrong. So yeah, but for me, I probably wouldn't. It's a bit too big for me. I wouldn't wear a watch this big. My divers tend to be a maximum of 42 mil, and that's my maximum really. It doesn't wear too big on me really, but I probably wouldn't wear this. But that's just my opinion. If you like a bigger dive watch, jump on it. But yeah, just be minded, as I said, that it's a big boy. So I probably wouldn't wear it. But yeah, to those that like bigger dive watches like my friend, fantastic. It's a beautiful watch to look at, and yeah, you've got a Citizen on the dial, so you know it's going to be a decent watch. But guys, as I always say, feel free to let me know what you think of this watch and other watches you might want to see on the channel. And again, thank you for tuning in. Your support is much appreciated. And as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the best.